the Viz Media again.
Joe's bringing up Viz Media because we're gonna do a quickie on One Piece. Now, this might be longer than our. That was 20 minutes, by the way, and we were just talking about one chapter. So we
Yeah.
too much shit happens in JoJo. But for One Piece, we're in the Wano arc. Um,
Mhm.
what are your
Uh,
thoughts on the Wano arc so far?
I think right now it's starting to get really good. I think like previously, it was definitely in those early stages of things are kind of getting set up, but now I think we're really hitting a stride of like, and the plot's really progressing forward.
Yeah, I thought Act One was really strong, and then the first three-fourths of Act Two were a little rushed,
Hmm.
setting up for this amazing moment that we've got now, where like stuff is really kicking off now. I'm having a really good time.
I think Oda's definitely trying something different because we have now got to the point where like the Straw Hat crew is so big. It has like what nine? Are we at 9 or 10 people now?
We're at 10 if you include Jinbei, which Oda sure doesn't.
Yeah, so we're at 9 in terms of like active members. So Jinbei like shows up and stays permanently. I don't think he'll show up until like the end of Act 3 for this arc.
Oh yeah, he's gonna show up in Wano, but not anytime soon.
Yeah, he's gonna show up with either like the plan to like get everything together, or like he's gonna be in prison and it's gonna be
And
another.
he might be a homie.
Might be a homie, but I don't think that's what's gonna happen. I think there would have been some more indication or foreshadowing from Oda about that. I would hope,
Well, he
but
was like, I don't want to show Jinbei because I'm afraid to spoil one of his design changes. Like, okay,
it's like,
please don't
oh,
fuck up my fish boy.
yeah, I'd be really sad if Jinbei got because he's real cool. Just never had
Just
any
never
like
got
time to
any
spot.
love.
Yeah. But anyways, Well's doing really good. There's a lot of characters and everyone's doing a different thing. And it's really hard to balance down when you have 9 characters and you want all 9 of them to be relevant.
Hmm.
Like you can really feel that in Dressrosa where it was getting to a point where like we need to find something like Frankie was like so underused in Dressrosa because he fights Senior Pink and that's about it.
He destroyed the factory. I think
He got
Robin
his
was
factory, but
Robin
like
got criminally
in
underused.
terms of like Showtime, he's not in there a lot.
Yeah,
And that's definitely happened now with like Robin and Frankie. Like Frankie had that one great chapter where he's running around looking for the plans.
yeah, that was a fun one.
But like Robin has like had barely any screen time.
She did a
I
lot of
feel.
stuff off screen, but
Yeah, she's done a lot of stuff off screen. Brooks has done nothing.
what Brooks done stuff.
He's been
He
Ghost in the
spooked
Wild.
away the ninjas. He spooked away the ninjas again. He walked into Zoro sleeping with a woman. He's done
That's right.
stuff.
But like it's just getting to a point now where there's just so many people all over the place that like it's it.
I think
We're,
it
we're,
extends
we're,
beyond the Straw Hats because there's a lot of main characters now in
yeah,
this arc.
but we're coming to a point now where all those like things are coming connected and everything's lining up into place.
Yeah,
Like Big Bomb has finally reached the prison. Um, Chopper's with them, and then the rest of the Straw Hat crew is dealing with the execution scene
yeah,
that's going on, and like the reveal of the smile and everything.
which was such a good reveal. That was one of the best reveals in all of One Piece, really.
Yeah, that was a good chapter in
And
general.
and so was Yasue's speech. Really rubs
Yeah,
it in the face of Orochi and like shows his undying will and how people will respect him and they'll laugh at Orochi because he's such a nut.
making off like making improv like clutch plays and like taking the whole blame about the whole
Right,
thing.
because the plan was ruined because they figured out the tattoos and he kind of sacrifices himself to dispel that
Hmm.
so that they can free all the soldiers and get them back into action.
Yeah, and then we have yeah, it's just we're getting to a point now where like all of our stories are connecting. Like I think Oda's done setting up like I feel like the first this arc has been very much the motivations of each of these samurai that we're slowly being introduced to,
Hmm.
and I think now he's done most of them. All that's left is the kami. I feel the one that's been in that cage the whole
Yeah,
time.
Kawamatsu is his name.
Yeah, and I feel like he's gonna be a really big player because I feel like we're gonna get a big flashback arc about him, and he's gonna become a major player in this arc.
He's been hyped up a lot, and
Yeah,
Oda said at one point that there was like the strongest character the Straw Hats have fought is gonna surprisingly appear in this arc, and I'm like, what? I
yeah.
remember reading that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah,
I mean, I would assume so because that's how One Piece is structured. But yeah, because like but it's also really hard to think because Kaido like trounces anybody else as they've faced. Like because even against like Doflamingo and like Luffy gets really beaten up in there, Luffy still won and still put up a really good fight for a long time. Kaido was just like 3 hits and done. with
Yeah.
not like like I have time to retreat. Like straight up knocked out, put him in jail, like 100% done.
Well, I mean,
Defeated.
and the thing is, like, Luffy didn't get to fight. Like, he fights Big Mom for like one hit, and then
Hmm.
Katakuri handles the situation from there.
Yeah.
So these Yonko are serious business.
Which I really like because it was one thing like it's like comparing to the Marineford arc, where like the Marineford arc I imagine is like the original power ceiling that we hit that for the Straw Hats, where it's like we're at a point now where we can't get any higher, like we're
Yeah.
screwed.
So
We're
flash
hitting that with
or
the
time
Yasuo,
skip.
but it's becoming a lot more elongated because there's 2 of them, and like they haven't had time to figure out how they're going to defeat these guys yet. What were you saying, Willer?
I wasn't saying it. I was just thinking, man. There's so
Yeah,
much going on. I really like all the plot lines. The most recent chapter, I guess we can focus on that. To
that which was just one place for the first time in Wano. I feel.
yeah, like maybe last time as well was mostly like this was all one place. It was really nice. What happened
Hmm.
was Big Mom shows up. She is destroying Queen. Queen gets knocked out in 2 hits. Good job, Queen. Very good. And he, by the way, 1.3 billion berries knocked out in 2 hits.
Yeah,
Insane.
nearly as much as Luffy.
And so people are like, maybe he's playing dead because he's still thinking. I think he's knocked, like the wind is knocked out of him and he can't get up, but he can still think.
Yeah, he shifts back to his original form.
Yeah, that's true. That's a
He gets
sign
knocked
of
out.
like knocked out to exhaustion.
Yeah, I think like I would believe that Big Mom's powerful enough to just do that to Queen. Like I
Without
would.
hockey, yeah, that really. And this chapter, like, so Luffy used advanced hockey. Like, that's one thing I didn't get. He snapped the collar off of Hyogoro,
Hmm.
and they're making a big deal about it, but it just looked like normal hockey. Like he couldn't. The collar's too strong to be knocked out with normal hockey. Is that the point?
I think so, and like it, I think they mentioned it before that it might have been. I have to go back, but they might have said it was in tune to hockey or something like Zoro's swords.
Mm-hmm.
So like that way, it has to be like that, where there's something hockey related that isn't Sea Prism, because Luffy
Yes.
could keep using his abilities, but they say that they can cut through any paramecium person that they have,
Yeah.
or because it's just that powerful. Like they want to make sure he dies.
Yeah,
Um,
I guess it has to be something like that. It's a little. It's one of the only things that's kind of like unclear about this prison section.
mhm.
But yeah, like that was satisfying. It was a good moment, and then Hyogoro was like, "Oh, we got to work on this right now. Like this is your moment to shine."
Mhm.
And Luffy had a moment that is one of my favorite moments in a long time, where every time Luffy says he's gonna protect someone, he does it effortlessly. This is
Yeah.
the one time where he's like, "Are you sure about this? Because if I mess up, you're gonna die." It's
Yeah.
so rare to see Luffy show doubt.
Hmm. I also like the fact that like Luffy, this goes sticks to Luffy's characteristics, where like Luffy isn't worried about him dying because if he dies, it's just part of the adventure.
Yeah, but like
Even,
he's not fully comfortable with letting Hyogoro die.
yeah, because he because even if like Luffy lives and he dies,
That's too crushing
Luffy's
for
not
him.
gonna be able to learn the technique that's gonna be able to beat the emperors.
Plus, I mean, yeah, it's Hyogoro's his friend at this point. You know how Luffy is.
Yeah. That too. But there's a lot more at stake than just friendship, Willer. God.
Right. No, of course. Uh, there's another part that it's like it shows how much he's not like haha Big Mom, what a goofball. He's like, no, if she's fighting me, we might die.
I
Like,
love that Luffy like freaks out during both of these chapters when he sees Big Mom. He's like, oh, we're fucked.
and then like when she's not attacking him, he kind of lets his guard down, and because Luffy can have thought bubbles, he voices his thoughts. Oh no, it's a plot element now, and now you're gonna die for it.
Hmm.
That's a really good gag. And also, like, she can't recognize me because of my samurai costume. Oh, that's so good.
Yeah,
That's
I
perfect.
dude, I totally forgot about the thought bubble thing, Willard. That's a really good gag.
It became plot relevant, Joe. Like that only Oda.
Yeah,
A small thing of this chapter I really liked is that now that people are like distracted, Raizo is really showing his worth as a ninja because he's just effortlessly sneaking around and disabling the router, like the big Den Mushus that they use.
was Rizzo the one of the dudes that was sent forward in time, right?
Yes,
He
so
was the one.
what happened was it was Kinemon, Raizo, Kanjuro, and Momosuke.
Yes. Okay, so he was
And
sent forward in time.
and what
So I feel
happens is Kanjuro ends up in Dressrosa. Kinemon somehow ends up in Punk Hazard,
almost okay.
and Raizo he gets
Isn't
he ends up in Zoe. But I think the point is like Doflamingo finds him. He reports it to Kaido. Kaido reports it to Orochi. Orochi's like shit. So Orochi's like the only person, which is something I like about Orochi.
mm-hmm.
He's the only person that believes Odin's warning about like I'm gonna come back for you in 20 years and like you will
Yeah,
be defeated.
yeah.
And people are like, oh, what a goofy old man for believing that, but he believes it. So he sends Jack to go kill Raizo because he actually believes in this threat, which leads to the amazing part in Zao where Dogstorm and Cat Viper protect him, etc.
Yeah. I cannot wait till Bradley gets to that point
Oh, he's gonna love that one.
because like I even was shocked about the fact that that was the
Even
big problem.
Luffy was shocked. How often do you see Luffy like flabbergasted at a reveal?
Yeah, that was like Jesus, like that turns its whole arc on its head again
And
because like
it took me until like rethinking about the arc where it's like, oh, this is more serious than I thought because they went through poison and torturing and losing limbs for this.
yeah,
And it took me a while to realize, oh, these are loyal samurai of
mhm.
Odin. Like they stood up for their bro. Really very good moment, and it's all coming ahead in this arc, man. It's really good.
The big thing I want to point out now is that I feel like Raizo hasn't gotten a chance to like do anything because he was sent forward 20 years in the future. He's never had to like ninja around like this advanced technology,
Yeah, that's true.
and so Kabu was just able to like eliminate that, and now he's just really kicking ass. Whereas previously he was like a gag character when it came to this
Right.
like ninja stuff.
And he's gonna get the key to the Kawamatsu. That's his name, I think.
But
Cell.
but but which is going to be pointless because the cell is already broken
No,
open.
but he's chained to the back, so he's getting the key for the chains. I
Oh,
think
okay.
they stated that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like everyone's getting a little bit of a role, and it's
So
really
I'm
fun.
thinking like, two chapters. The second, not next chapter, but chapter after ends with Kawamatsu's like reveal, essentially.
Yeah.
Um,
Wow. Do you think he's? I don't know, man. How's Luffy gonna get out of this? Is he gonna beat Kawamatsu? Is he like that strong to be able to distract Big
I
Mom or
think he's
something?
gonna sumo wrestle Big Mom.
Well, yeah, but he's not gonna hurt her or knock her
No,
out.
I don't think he's gonna beat her, but I think he's gonna be able to like
I
hold her off for like a good bit with his new hockey power.
Maybe he'll be able to draw blood, and that would be a really good progression for him.
Mm-hmm.
Like if he can do like 20 HP damage, that's good.
Yeah, like he can just break the defenses. Um,
Some people were like, he might hit Big Mom on the head, and that might awaken her, which is literally the worst case scenario in this arc.
literally worse than death.
That's a nuke exploding in this island.
Yeah, God, I could not imagine Big Mom just like waking up and just being like, "Well, I'm gonna fuck everything now." Like that would literally ruin everything.
There's no fucking Oshiruko here. Are you kidding me?
And what's interesting too is her like rage is I think definitely like less compared to what it was when she was like conscious of who she is.
Oh yeah, like I think Oda is saying that like Lin Lin at heart was a good girl before like the pirate life, before she got molded by Struzen, because that's what Struzen sees her eat all those children, and
Yeah,
he molds her into a deadly weapon of a pirate, and then she becomes an emperor.
I think we never talked about Whole Cake Island, and the one thing about Whole Cake Island I really liked um is Big Mom is like a tragic character, a tragic monster almost, like almost kind of
Force
Frankensteinish,
of nature monster, yeah.
where like because even Luffy's like this person's a monster. Like there's no way to like stop this person. She does more harm than good, like wandering around and just doing stuff.
To the point where her whole family built a structure around keeping her at bay.
yeah, and the thing is like that's not her fault, and she doesn't want to be that, and she doesn't realize that she is that really.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
kind of sad. It's really
yeah,
sad.
it's a really tragic character. It's really, but like at the same, it's such a moral conflict too because at the same time you're like Big Mom has to go, like
She's
she's
cruel. She's very
yeah.
cruel. She's very selfish.
But at the same time, it's like deep down, she really just wants to have friends and have that big family. That was her whole motivation
Hmm.
for being a pirate and everything.
And she's
And
kind of lost out of her way because she's kind of shitty with like pudding. So I feel like the point is, I feel like Lin is redeemable, and this is Oda's road to it. And I want to say, like, so Chopper hasn't. He's been really shafted recently. Ever since Law was introduced, Chopper has
Mhm.
like been in his shadow as a doctor. Like the last thing Chopper did as a doctor in One Piece, I feel like, was doing the blood transfusion between Jinbei and Luffy.
Well, he
That
also
was
helped out Monk Hazard and diagnosed the kids and
That's
everything
true.
too.
That's true. I take it back. But I feel like this is a good moment. So either he's gonna find a cure for Smile,
I
or
think
he's going to cure Big Mom of her hunger pangs. And I think both of them would be such a huge improvement to Chopper and his journey.
hmm like
Um,
I think
if he cures Big Mom's hunger pangs, she can ally with the Straw Hats because she would befriend Chopper and be like, you know what, Straw Hat, you pissed me off. I'm gonna let you go. And this is the only way you could get out of this situation.
I feel like what would happen is if they cure her hunger pangs, like Big Mom would be reluctant for it, but I think everyone else in her crew and like her family would be like, no, you need to help them because they've literally saved your entire family. And I think that's gonna how
That
they
would be really cool, especially like if Sparrows and Katakuri and like Smoothie step up and like show some respect for the
especially
Straw Hats.
Kaguri. Kaguri would be the big one in doing that because he respects Luffy a whole lot.
Yeah, but I
After that,
think Katakuri is getting killed by Blackbeard right now, so I don't know about
it's
that.
also true. That might also be happening.
Like Blackbeard is actively killing Katakuri, so. Whew.
uh, but I think that's what it is because even the people that like don't leave Big Mom, their big thing is like we love our mom. That's our
Yeah,
family.
it's
Like
fucked up, but this is
yeah,
the family we live in.
yeah, like and so I think that's how that dynamic would go. But I also don't see that happening because I feel like Luffy needs to beat the emperors in some way. Like as
But I just don't see that opportunity for him to go back and beat Big Mom. I feel like he has to ally with her. But I mean,
no,
he
I think
said
I
he
think
wants to
I think
beat the Emperors.
I think it's honestly going to happen in like a three-way fight between them, like on in Wano. Like it's going to be a three-way brawl
You
that's going to happen.
know, that's
Hmm?
fantastic. That's actually really cool because it means that he can't beat Big Mom and Kaido. But
Right.
if they're fighting each other, he can. And this
Mhm.
levels him up to be able to fight Shanks next arc.
Right. And like it establishes then like a huge power vacuum because it's not just one. It's not one Yonko it's two. It's literally
Yeah.
got half the power. It makes the government be like, oh shit, we can actually claim the new world now, and they go out and start taking everything, which then propels like world government nonsense more, which leads
Which
us
which
to
propels
like
to Raftel where Luffy has to fight Akainu.
yeah.
You know what, Joe? These are good theories, and I'm glad we got them recorded because that's a really good one. I like that.
I just that's because yeah, it's that's the only way I could see this really climaxing is a three-way brawl between.
At first, I thought it would be like a Luffy because of Chopper.
Mhm.
Luffy teams up with Big Mom, and they do it together. But I like this angle better, where like she's not angry at Luffy, but she fights him and Kaido at once. And
Mhm.
now there's this way like where Luffy can beat both of them, where it's not a 1-to-1 victory, but he's the one who comes out on top.
Yeah, it's
Wow, that'd be insane.
and not only that, like they're Wano. Another thing that I think no one's like, I feel like a few people are keeping track of is that Wano is an isolated
Nation.
island.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no communication between them and the world government. So,
To the
uh,
point where the CP9 gets dicked on by Orochi.
yeah,
He's that confident that he can just disregard them.
I just so I feel like that's going to play another big part where like they're not going to be able. Something's going to happen because I feel like that like this whole arc is going to change Wano for I
Forever.
want to say worse almost.
Yeah, it might be the man. I mean, it might be worse on some end. I feel like they might. Chopper might again cure the smile problem.
I think Chopper's going to cure the smile problem
If
for
he
sure.
cures both Smile and Big Mom, Chopper becomes MVP Brook.
Yeah, for this arc.
for this arc. That'd
Yeah,
be insane. But if he does, like the people are healed, but now Wano is in a worse state politically, and I think that'd be really interesting. Like not every arc the Straw Hats go through come out positive, and I
yeah.
would like one to come out bittersweet or negative.
I feel like, and I think like the thing is, that I think the big thing that's gonna come out of here for Wano is the island and the people running it. Like Momosuke has to learn that we have to open up to everyone else. And we have to start talking to everybody else
Yeah.
because we weren't able to find help in the world government or otherwise. We got taken over, and this shit happened.
Right. I mean, that's how Kaido has his foothold there, and that's how Orochi can be such a oppressive leader. He has too much power backing him.
Mm-hmm.
Joe, I
Do you
think.
think? Yeah,
What was that?
I was gonna say, do you think Kaido's gonna die?
No, but he will be defeated, and I feel like he's less redeemable than Big Mom because like he is pretty fucked, man. He's
But
cool.
we haven't had a Kaido backstory, so you don't know how much of a fuck boy he is yet.
I mean, just the smile thing is horrifying, and he's
It is.
backing that. Big Mom is like backing the oppressiveness of Fishman Island or whatever, and she's researching the big children, so she's not a saint either by any means.
Yeah.
I like how each. Think about this. Every New World arc, which has some of the best arcs in One Piece, has been Whiskey Peak and Little Garden leading up to Alabasta.
Mm-hmm.
And we're currently in Alabasta right now. That's insane.
Yeah.
Like even
Rosa
fucking
was huge.
no man, even Dressrosa was feeding into this. It's the biggest like setup arc ever.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy,
Having
crazy stuff.
Punk Hazard. Yeah, you're right. Man, Punk Hazard feels like forever ago.
It really was.
Yeah.
Okay, Joe. I think we're. You got any final words to wrap up our One Piece talk here?
I wish Robin was in it more. Although I think Robin's gonna play MVP at the very end of One Piece because she's like the single most important person.
She's
in the
gonna
world.
have. She's gonna be the last MVP. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
like yeah.
Until
Because she-
Brooks sacrifices himself and doesn't get to see Labu. No, no way.
No, that'd be too cruel.
If
If
anything,
anyone dies in the story, it's Luffy.
yeah, or Jinbei. God rest his soul.
No, please not the fish boy.
Fish boy dead,
I didn't
unfortunately.
realize like Oshiruko, like Queen thing is conscience now at this point. I realized.
Yes, that's what I was saying. So I feel like he wasn't knocked out, but he was knocked, not paralyzed, but like dazed.
I think he was knocked. He was like like if you get hit hard enough, you get blacked out for like a few seconds. And
Yeah.
now he's just like awake and like.
And now he's like, either he can't. I want to say he can't move, and that because he immediately charged Big Mom with, even though he knew he was gonna lose. So I don't feel like that's his worry. He's brave.
We also haven't seen his hybrid form, so I think he's definitely going to come back later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all I got for One Piece, and
Well, it comes out in 6 days.
right, we will. I would like to do another cover. Another. We talked about Wano as a whole, so next time we touch on this Bradley zone, we're gonna do the next 3 to 4 episodes or chapters. And we're gonna talk about that.
So in a month. So expect the roundabout cast. That's
See y'all there. This is actually the freaking you cast, as
The
you know.
freaking you cast.
After hours.
This is the ED cast.
Every time I close my eyes. Okay, let's not. Bye, gang.
Bye bye.